For this week's video, I thought I would do something real quick, and I do have to kind of hurry. It is almost 3 p.m. and my stepson gets home within the next half hour, and so I didn't mean to film this earlier today, but just something showed up. But I wanted to actually go in today and film a video of me putting in all, as you guys saw, I have a lot of my saving trackers. Actually, it's not here. It's not here anymore. I used to have a lot of my saving trackers, as you guys know, in my saving challenge binder, but then those got moved over to my rollover binder because I figured, why would I have so many of these trackers here in a less flexible binder than this one? But then again, I thought, why not put the savings challenges within my 2 binders here, and then that way I'm able to actually utilize the trackers that have been given to me either as freebies or as gifts, and the ones that I have personally purchased, instead of just accumulating them in my little rollover binder and them not being used. So if you guys are excited for this video and you're looking forward to the content ahead, please make sure to like the video and give me your thoughts down below. If there's something that you guys want to see in the future, maybe me reallocating certain challenges, especially when I'm done them. And if you guys are new to the channel and you haven't done so already, please make sure to subscribe. I would super appreciate your company in future videos, and that way you stay tuned as to everything that I talk about on this channel, all money related. And in case you guys are new to the family, and in case if you guys don't know, I do have an original channel that I used to run, that I still run, but it was started back in the day, 2011 or something. So I'll leave that somewhere on the screen here if you guys want to subscribe to the channel as well. On that channel I talk majority of motherhood things, some vlogs here and there, and some things related to body positivity and confidence when it comes to your body, your mentality about it, etc. As a growing 30-year-old, I am in a different phase of my life versus when I was in my teenagehood and in my early adulthood, in my early 20s. And so now that I'm a mom as well, those kind of perspectives have changed a little bit, but not drastically. And so I just wanted to, you know, give you guys a refresher in case you guys weren't aware that I use that channel for that purpose. But yeah, let's just get into this, and yeah, let's get started with the video. Speaking of motherhood, don't mind my baby, she's just waking up in the background, but she's fine. In case you hear her vocalize, she just likes to vocalize as she wakes up from her nap. And another thing, in case you guys are wondering why I'm not filming POV looking at my hands and everything, is because I haven't had the chance to put on my press-on nails, and so you'll be looking at this instead. I hope it's fine. Let's start with our stay-at-home emergency binder with some singing funds in there. And I guess I will just showcase to you guys the saving challenge that I have and who created the saving challenge. That way, if you guys are interested, you guys can purchase from that shop as well. I will try to showcase, like I said, the envelope, that way you guys are aware as to who I'm displaying and where you can get it. And not that I have affiliated anything with these shops, but all the typical shops that I either watch on YouTube or have purchased myself from, they are below in the description box. So my first envelope that I have in my stay-at-home emergency binder is, of course, the emergency, and I hope this focuses relatively quick, is my emergency pouch. For this one, to stay at home, I don't know exactly how much money I would like in it. However, I do want to use some of my challenges here, so I will take out majority of the challenges that I have are lower denomination or just maximum $100. I haven't purchased anything that's a big deal or anything like that, but I think that as time progresses, I'll fill the pouch and then I'll take out the money and restart the tracker, and then I'll even write a little note to myself saying how much it actually, well, is. So how about we do that? So I think that for my emergency envelope, I will be using my $10 savings challenge tracker. As you guys can see, this is from Canadian Girl Cash Stuffer. This is a gift that I got from my friend Nicole. So I'll be using this one, and this is because this is a total of $350, which I think is a good amount to have here at home in case there were to be an emergency. And again, for that purpose, I will not be replacing the cash that's in here with cash placeholders, nor will I be stuffing it into the bank. I do have an online cash emergency account, which is high yield, and so it gains me interest every single month. But this is just to have at home should any emergency happen where we cannot go to the bank to withdraw that money. And so that's the emergency binder, or the emergency pouch I should say. And I did have the tracker here, so it's visible once I flip the book. And I should count how many pouches I have in general, because otherwise I'm gonna run out of saving challenges. So I do think that I have enough saving challenges for majority of my pouches, but if not, we'll see. Next up, we have my daughter's envelope right here, little Miss RV expenses. And for that one, I think just because it goes with a girly theme, I will be using my mystery savings scratch off challenge. Let me just get it out of the pouch here. So you saw this in the previous video, but this is just the low denomination version of it, and that's from Budget with Maddie. Super cute. And because I figured since my daughter is super cute and this tracker is super cute, let's just go ahead and put that there. And I think what I'm gonna be doing, I'll be adding whatever money I have in here. I'm not gonna be counting it towards the savings challenge itself. Just like here for emergency, I did have some cash already in here, but obviously the tracker is not yet started, and so therefore whatever the tracker has in there, it's additional to the money that I already had in there. Next, I have my stepson expenses. Let me see what tracker I can use for him. Okay, so I think for my stepson, I will be using the Hot Mess Express. I say Hot Mess Express, but it's just the Hot Mess Savings Challenge tracker. As you guys can see there, it has little fire emojis, and this is from the Millennial Dollar. As you guys can see, this is our first tracker, which I have to designate designate what amount I'm putting in here. If you guys count with me, it has 3, 6, 12, 14 symbols, but if I want to count this one is 15. I think just to make it even, let's just do that. And how about we make each symbol 15 times 20 would be $300, which I think we'll see as time accumulates what I use this money for. It could go towards school expenses, it could go towards other purchases I have to do with my stepson, and so let's do that. How about each symbol here will be $20. That way I have, including the little fire one, 15 symbols times $20, it'll be $300 saved for my stepson, if you guys can see right there. Again, sorry if the focus is weird, but that's what we shall do for my stepson envelope. And like I said, the money that's already in the envelope will be in addition to the tracker saved money. So that's it. The rest of my binder here is just the credit card envelopes. It says money that I save up to put back towards my TD Visa, my RBC Visa, and my Walmart MasterCard. That's money that let's say the money that I was designated to buy groceries with my Walmart MasterCard. I was supposed to use the cash for it, but for whatever reason I used my MasterCard for it. So that's money that I put back into this envelope and then I take it back to the bank. But for now, let's just take a look at the envelopes here. So we have emergency, I'll just put it here so you guys can read easier, with our beautiful savings challenge, $10 savings challenge. Then we have RV expenses, which is my daughter, with the mystery savings and low denomination scratch off by Budget with Maddie. Then we have Dorian expenses with the hot mess savings tracker, and we designate that each symbol will be $20 for a total of $300 savings. And like I said, these are the Visa and MasterCard envelopes that I save up for. Let's move on to our sinking funds tracker. So this is usually money that I use for whether holidays or special type of events, including family members. And so let's just take a look at that. So the first that I shall be doing, and let me just put my water bottle here so the binder stops closing on me. First envelope that I have here should be my brother. And let me see how many envelopes I have here versus how many trackers I have left. So it turns out that I only have 4 trackers left but 7 envelopes. I'm gonna take a look at the envelopes and then see which ones I think would be nice to designate to. I'm thinking more like the holidays. Okay, so vacation, I do have an empty spot. So these next couple of trackers are from the Mean Girls collection that 6 collaborators collaborated on from the cash budgeting community. I'll just take some about slowly, and if you guys missed some of the other ones that are in my other binders, definitely feel free to check out my other videos so I don't have to repeat myself. But this is Boo You can read that word, from Budget with Maddie. So I'll be using this one to save for my future vacation. Next, I probably want to save up for Christmas with a tracker, and because Christmas involves a lot of shopping, how about we put Get In Loser, We're Going Shopping. This is also from the Mean Girls collaboration, and this is from the Millennial Dollar. I'll be putting that in for Christmas. And like I said before, guys, I am putting, and I'll show you guys once again, I am putting the tracker facing the opposite direction of the envelope. So you have the face of the envelope here with the cash, and then the tracker will be showing on the back. That way you're able to track the money simply by, as mentioned, you just flip over and then you see how much you have saved. Next we have You Can't Sit With Us, and then we also have one more tracker, which is She Doesn't Even Go Here. Christmas already has one, Gifts and Birthdays, and Vacation already has one. And then I have 2 other trackers, which I'll talk about those later. I also have found that with these trackers in general should be the same size as the envelopes, like the A6 or the personal size. For whatever reason, the envelopes that I have, which are from Amazon, I don't know if they have just slightly different dimensions, or maybe I missed something while purchasing them or such, or I don't know if it's the fact that it's like a zipper pouch instead of just like an open pouch on the top. But for whatever reason, they always are very hard to get out. So I might have to switch my envelopes, which I don't want these to go to waste because I feel like that would not be sustainable or, you know, very efficient. But I have to figure it out because I don't want to damage my envelopes. But anyways, as mentioned before, guys, I do have You Can't Sit With Us remaining. This is from Angie's Finance, and then I have She Doesn't Even Go Here, and this is from the Remarkable Dollar. I think I'm gonna be using the Remarkable Dollars. She Doesn't Even Go Here, I'm gonna be putting it in with Gifts and Birthdays because that's also important to save. That's that. And then for my mom, because she's a girl, she's the last girl remaining in my pouch system, I'll put in You Can't Sit With Us. So that'll be the last one that I have. And so for my sinking funds binder, I'll just show you guys at a glance. So we have my brother, no tracker for him. We have my husband, no tracker for him. Then we have my birthday, no tracker for me either for the time being. But then we have Mama. Then we have You Can't Sit With Us. We have, what does that say? We have Christmas, and it's Getting Loser, We're Going Shopping. Then we have Gifts and Birthdays, which has the She Doesn't Even Go Here by the Remarkable Dollar. We have Vacation, that has Boo You, the word that we showed before. And then we have a little separating system here because now we have Kids School and we have Vision. So as mentioned to you guys, for Kids School in a previous video, I did mention that I want to use it to save it either for one or both kids. Like I mentioned to you guys, this is from the Millennial Dollar, and you basically basically designate how much each icon will be worth. So whatever icon amount you want to designate, it'll be 27 times that. So for kids school, and let me get my calculator here. So the government gives us a 20% return on our money that we put into our ESPs for the kids. And so I was thinking, if each kid has 2,500, that's the maximum that they give the 20% for. I'm just gonna go ahead and calculate $2,500 divided by the 27 icons. That's $92.59. You round it up to it being $93, but because that's a little bit high, what I think I'm gonna be doing then, and this is just to possibly accrue enough so like at the end of the year we are able to fulfill the $2,500. What I think I'm gonna do is round it down, because I know that if I use this for my daughter, she already has some money in there, and I could say a lot of things on the internet about the distinction between my stepson's account and my daughter's account, but I'd rather not get into that. But because my family's okay with giving her money for her birthdays and certain holidays and stuff, versus my stepson's family, they rather give him toys, just the age that he's in. So because she already has money in there, I'm gonna go ahead and change this to $2,400 divided by the 27. It is, you guys can't see that, but it is $88.88 repeatedly. And so I'm just gonna actually move this down to $85. And so if I do $85 times the 27, that does give me $2,295. And so I'm gonna make each icon here the $85, making a total savings for the year for $2,295. I just wrote in the details there with each icon being $85 and the total being $2,295. I did want to mention to you guys, this is the millennial dollar. These are her little pens for her trackers and stuff. Perfect. So these markers used to be thinner tip, but my mom decided to let my daughter play with these without knowing that these were specially bought for these trackers, so that's why they're a little bit thick. I'm kind of upset at that, but it is what it is. It is already dry. Love the fact that it dries so quickly on vellum. But anyways, I will be putting this in to the empty pouch that I used to have it in. And like I said, those funds can be used towards anything that has to do with my kid's school. It could be towards tuition later on in the years when she does start school. I could put it towards her uniform if her school does require a uniform, etc. But for the time being, I am planning on putting that towards her RESP at some point. And then the next envelope that I have here, or the next tracker I should say, is the vision tracker, and this is from Budget with Maddie. If you guys can see there, it has cute little, like, you know, the test, the exam that you do at the doctor's office. And like I said in a previous video, I am planning on using this to save for LASIK, and so if that's the case, the quote that I got for LASIK, a nice hefty price of about $5,000. It's an investment that maybe I'm gonna do within this year or maybe not. We'll see how much I save and all that good stuff. But it does have 4 icons across, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 icons going down, so that would be 24. So if I do 5,000 divided by 24, that would be $208.33. So I'm just gonna go ahead and make each icon $210. That makes my life easier. For a total of 210 times 24, it would be $5,040 that are saved. I'm so upset that these are not thin tip anymore, but it is what it is. So I did just put that information here, so as you can see on the bottom, each icon is worth $210, and then $5,040 would be the total. Now obviously those would be months that I guess I would have to really be sure of the fact that I want to put this money aside for that, and then if that's the case, then no other money would be saved for that month. As you guys know, because of affordability reasons, I will not be stuffing like a lot of envelopes, to be honest. Only $50 or so each paycheck. So given the fact that this is $210, I'm thinking that if I stuff this will be the only stuffing for that month. So if you guys see a month that I don't do anything except for one stuffing, I might not even show that, to be honest, because like, why would I do that? I'm gonna figure it out, and hopefully, God willing, my salary does increase and all these good things of life do come along. That way I am able to save for this. But if I'm not able to save for this in a timely manner, or like within the year or whatever it is, I'm not dying to get LASIK. It's just a luxury, of course, and so there are other things that are important in life. Anyways, so that is that, and that's it for my sinking funds binder. But I will say, of course guys, once I do finish the savings challenges that are in my saving challenge binder, I can allocate those funds as I please. If I do want to speed up the process for LASIK, take out the funds that I have already raised with the saving challenges, I can take it out from there and putting towards that. So that's what I plan to do. Thankfully, that is the beautiful part about cash stuffing and budgeting in general. You are able to, you know, allocate things as you wish because it is your money. And last thing I will say, guys, as you guys know, part of the reason why we cash stuff is to save money, but obviously cash stuffing, if you just leave the money here at home, there is some loss because your money is just sitting there instead of accruing interest. For example, if you put it in a high interest savings account or if you invest it. Now, of course, because this money should be readily accessible in case of emergencies, in case of a purchase that needs to be done for one of the kids, in case of LASIK, etc. It shouldn't be invested into the stock market, I don't think. And so what I'm going to be doing is opening up, I actually did open up some accounts with Wealthsimple. Now this of course is not at all, please, I'm nothing on YouTube, but I'm not an affiliate with any of the institutions that I use for my banking purposes, including Wealthsimple. The reason why I went with Wealthsimple instead of of another banking institution is because I already have the Royal Bank of Canada as my main institution for some income, along with EQ Bank, which is Equitable Bank's online platform. Because of those that I get my paychecks in, I don't want to be able to see the money that I'm putting aside from my saving challenges or whenever I unstuff this and put it into the bank. I don't want to see that money in accounts that I typically see, because if it's out of sight, it's out of mind. That being said, I only use Wealthsimple about once a month when I actually do put investments into my account for investing purposes. And so because Wealthsimple does offer a cash account with accruing interest, I did decide to open up the account for those. I'll maybe show like a screenshot here or something. I do have different accounts depending on the category that it is. You guys will see in the screenshot, I have something for my mom and for my brother. I do have something for my stepson. I do have something for my daughter, etc., and some other allocations there. I did open it up in Wealthsimple, like I said, to be able to get some interest on the cash that I put in there, but also so it's not visible to me every single time that I get paid. I don't want to see the money. I want to be out of sight, out of mind. But when I do need the money, I do know that it's housed somewhere. So when I do use placeholders, I do know that it's somewhere in the bank, and therefore I will be able to save a little sum in there along with the capital. It's going to be accruing interest, but it's not something that I'm tempted to take out because I see it in my regular checking account. And I hope that makes sense. If you guys have any questions, by all means, I'm not a financial expert, as always disclosed in the description box. I'm just somebody who has finances, and whatever's working for me, I am sharing here on YouTube. And of course, I'm Canadian, so not a lot of people in Canada share about these things. But anyways, that's a wrap for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I do have to get my baby now because she's been so patient, waking up and cooing and stuff, but I do have to go get her and feed her sometime soon. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. And also, like I said previously, let me know any comments or questions that you may have downstairs in the comment section. And of course, if you guys are new to the channel and would like to subscribe, that way you are in tune with every single video that I plan on posting, please make sure to do so. Click the button downstairs and turn it from red to white, and that'll keep you in tune as to every single time that I upload a video. I'm always down for suggestions, so like I said, leave them down below. But until next time, guys, I'll bless you with the verse of the day right here. I hope that it blesses your life in whatever shape, way, or form that it is applicable to it. Know that God has you, God will keep you, and God will protect you in anything. Just put your trust in Him. I hope that God continues to bless you and your household. And yeah, until the next video, bye guys.